Well, welcome back, baseball fans, to the summer of 69-72 Carryover League opening day. We've had 4 opening days so far. They've all involved division-winning teams of last year. And now we have second-place teams of last year across the division within their league. From the National League East, you've got the Mets going to Wrigley Field. The ivy is still not there yet. It's all brown in the outfield on the walls there because it's opening day and all that sort of thing. But we've seen a lot of hitting in the last couple opening days between Colorado and San Francisco and the Reds and Braves. We're hoping to finally get some pitching. And for that, it is the Mets sending their guy, Tom Seaver, on the hill opening day here in Wrigley against the Cubs ace in a classic matchup, Fergie Jenkins. Mets, Cubs, let's just get right into this thing. Leading off for the Mets, Joe Foy. He's an ace dealer who plays third base. Let's look at his card. 1-8, Joe Foy, homer 1-9, and it is gone. Is this an omen for the Mets? This is the last chance for the 69 Mets to get to a World Series, and Joe Foy leads their season off with a solo homer. Wayne Garrett, 1-2, grounds the first. Cleon Jones, K's. And Ed Kranepool skies it into center field. This is Del Unser, who is a 2E12 in center, and he makes the catch. All right, the Cubs, leading off is Don Kessinger. 5'10" catcher's card. This is Grody. He's a 2E5, and that catcher, 2E5, makes the play. Glenn Beckert, 53, first. And Del Unser, 65, center. All right. Tommy Agee, 2-5, is a ground ball to short. Ken Singleton making his New York Met debut. 1-7, single 1-17. He gets a single in his first major league at bat, I guess. Frank Johnson, surprise start in right field, but they wanted to go with the defense as a road team to support Seaver today. Frank Johnson, it's a ground ball to second base. This is Beckert at 2E10. This should be a double play. No, Beckert, surprisingly, lets the ball get through. They ruled that a single. So, 2 on, 1 out for the Mets, and here's Jerry Grody. First C, you got 2 men in scoring position for Bud Harrelson. And he rolls back to the pitcher. Bottom of 2. Jim Hickman, 34, grounds to short. Billy Williams, 56, is a K. And Ron Santo, 57. 57 is a K for Ron Santo. We go to the third inning. Joe Foy, the heroics in the first at-bat of the game. This time he Ks. Wayne Garrett rolls the second. And Cleon Jones rounds to short. Bottom of the third. Billy Sorrell, 57's a K. Randy Hundley, 4-4 off the Seaver card. That is a home run for Randy Hundley. The first hit, and it's over the wall. Solo shot, we got a 1-1 tie on solo homers today. Bob Didier, pitcher. And Kessinger, 1-6. Base hit to center field. He's a beast stealer, but Grody's got a nice arm. He'll hold. Beckert, 2-9, lines of third. Pretty even game, 1-1. In the fourth, here's Kranepool, 3-7, center. Tommy Agee, 57, K. Singleton, 49. Another Singleton hit. Double 1-9. This is a double. With 2 outs, Frank Johnson. Runner in scoring position off Fergie Jenkins. Rolls it to Beckert, though. And Beckert kicks the ball. What is going on with Glenn Beckert today? 2 non-plays in the field. It's a 2E10 second baseman, and the Mets are alive here in the fourth. Runners in the corners for Jerry Grody, and he flies left. Bottom of 4, Del Unser, 68, flies to left. Hickman bounces to second base. Wayne Garrett is a 3E10 at second. He's a 2 at third base. When they go to their defense, they bring Heiss into play second, move Garrett over to third, and remove Foy. So they do have some good defensive replacements for the Mets to back up their pitching staff, if needed. 1-5, Billy Williams. Let's take a look at the Hall of Famer's card. One of his 42 home runs. Tom Seaver's made 2 mistakes today, and they've been 2 solo home runs, and it's 2-1 Cubs. Ron Santo, follows this up with what? A 4-4. We saw it with Hundley. And yes, the Cubs, another solo home run, 3 runs on 3 swings off Seaver through 4. Bill Sorrell, 1-6 is a K. It's time now for the Mets to rally. Bud Harrelson, 58, sky's the center. Joe Foy, 47's a K, and with 2 outs, Wayne Garrett flies to right field. Bottom of the 5th, Hundley, 1-8 is a single, a non-homer, first one of the game of those. Didier, 55, short X. This shall be a double play for the 1-17, and it is. That's why they bumped Harrelson's defense up in the offseason from a 2 at short to a 1 at short for these kind of moments. Kessinger, 66, sky's the center, and just like that, Seaver's out of the inning. 3-1 in the 6th. Cleon Jones, 1-7. Let's take a look at Cleon's big 1969 year for the Mets. This is a double, and now we will bring the tie run to the plate in the 6th. It's Ed Kranepool, 64, third X. This is Santo, of course. He's a 1E29, so he gets to a lot of balls, but he has a tendency to be wild throwing to first. But in this instance, he makes the play. Tommy Agee, 4'11", Agee flies in the left field. Who's out in left? This is Billy Williams, 2E3 in left. And he makes the grab. So the Cub defense is coming to the rescue here in the 6th. And now, Ken Singleton, 2 for 2 so far today. 2-5, grounds to second base. Bottom of the 6th, Beckert, 48. Single 1 of 6 off Seaver's a line out. Del Unser, 55. Short X, this is Bud Harrelson, 1E17, almost there, but not quite. And Jim Hickman, 34, short. Wow. 3-1 game in the 7th. Quick game, briskly played game. Frank Johnson, 1-9's a single. A leadoff single for Frank. And he's been on every time. The last couple of times because of Beckert. Jerry Grody, the runner at first. 1-2. Jerry Grody lines into a double play. A Lomax, line out to second, and Johnson gets picked off first base. Not what the Mets wanted there. Bud Harrelson rolls the third. Stretch time at Wrigley Field in Chicago. We are listening to the Impressions, Young Mod's Forgotten Story of 1969. This bridge in this photo is actually in New York, though, not Chicago, but you get the idea. Bottom of the 7th, we have Billy Williams leading it off. 4-9 off Seaver, rolls to second. 3E10. That's a cheap single off Wayne Garrett. Ron Santo, 57's a K. Bill Sorrell, 47, single 1 off of Seaver, and that's a lineout, of course. And Randy Hundley rolls to short. What a game, 3-1. Is there some defense they can bring in? Yes, there is. The Cubs will send Ernie Banks to play first base for Bill Sorrell. And that'll do it. We'll go to the 8th inning. Fergie Jenkins, a starter 8, needs 6 more outs. Not crazy about the Cub bullpen. So this could be a complete game effort. Joe Foy, the Met offense to this point, led off the game with a homer and then nothing since for the Mets. 4-10, Joe Foy off the Fergie Jenkins card, 4-10 automatic home run. And it's Cubs 3, Foy 2. Joe freaking Foy had 11 home runs in 593 plate appearances in 1969. He has 2 on opening day. 3-2, Wayne Garrett, 5-10, short X. I gotta say, I really like this game. These games like this versus those ridiculous home run-a-thons we saw with Colorado, San Francisco, the Reds, and Braves. Those ridiculous offenses. This, to me, is a really much more interesting kind of baseball game. Ground ball to short. This time it's Kessinger. And Kessinger is a 2E23 at short, 2, and he makes the play. Cleon Jones, 210 short, and with 2 outs. Crane Pool, 2-9, rolls to first, a 3-2 game. Seaver's a starter 8, he's not going anywhere. Didier, he doesn't want to start the season 0-1. Bob Didier, 65, center. We got a 5-hitter for Seaver, no, 6-hitter, but 3 of those went over the fence. Kessinger, 46, double 1 at 10 is a single. He's a beast stealer. Do you have 342 hitting Glenn Becker hit and run here against a -3 arm catcher? That just seems ridiculous. He'll hit away. 2-4, that's a 6-4-3 double play. Maybe you should hit and run. So there it is. 8 innings in the book. We go to the 9th. Fergie's going back out there. The Mets are going to have to beat the ace of the Cubs as the bullpen is quiet. It'll be Tommy Agee, Ken Singleton, Frank Johnson. On the bench, you got Clendenon, Corrales, and Heiss, all righties. As a matter of fact, the Mets do not have many lefties on this team. They have 4. Garrett, Cranepool, Singleton, and Harrelson. So anyway, Tommy Agee, the steady center fielder, leads off the 9th inning. 4-10! There it is! Same thing Foy did. And look at this, fans. That is a solo homer off of Fergie Jenkins. We got 6 solo home runs on opening day in windy Chicago. A 3-3 tie. Neither Seaver or Jenkins are starter 9s, which means they cannot pitch in extra innings. Wow. I was just complaining about the home run-a-thons in Colorado and San Francisco because those teams scored 10 runs. We have a home run-a-thon here, but it's 3-3. Ken Singleton, 69, base hit, and we are near the breaking point of Fergie. One more batter does it. Singleton's a 14-runner. He'll stay put at first. For Frank Johnson, who's reached every time. 1-7, Frank Johnson walks. Nice little pickup. Let's take a look at Frank Johnson's card. Nice little pickup of a 273 hitter, utility player, played for the Giants in 70. That's not bad, really, when you count the on-base percentage. And just like that, Fergie is broken, and I think they're going to turn this thing around with a lefty. The question is, do you want to go Ray Newman? But Harrelson doesn't have power, so they're going to go Ray Newman here. Could have gone Hank Aguirre. Let's take a look at Ray Newman's going to come on in the 9th as Fergie just ran out of gas here. 2 on, nobody out. Ray Newman comes on in the 9th in a 3-3 tie, and he will face Jerry Grody, Bud Harrelson, and Joe Foy. Now, Grody doesn't have any power. Harrelson doesn't have any power. Grody is a B bunter. Harrelson doesn't hit lefties very well at all. You have Bobby Heiss on the bench. And Clendenon. You know what you could do right here? Let's just take a look at something. Let's just do it right now. So they are going to pinch hit for Grody, believe it or not, with Don Clendenon. They want to do it right now because they don't want to risk Clendenon not facing a lefty in this 9th inning with runners on the base. So here's Clendenon. He destroys left-handed pitching, and Ray Newman gets up home runs on 5-10 and 5-9. So this could be the worst part of the inning for the Cubs, and after Clendenon, it goes Harrelson, Foy, and Garrett can't hit lefties, and Cranepool eventually can't hit lefties. So here's Clendenon with 2 on, nobody out in the 9th inning. The pitch to Don Clendenon, 46 is ball 4. So they load the bases. They have to bring the infield up for Bud Harrelson, the A bunter. Here we go. Bud Harrelson with the infield up and nobody out. The pitch. 6-12. First C, but that'll be a force out the plate with the infield up for the home team. So you have Johnson at third, Clendenon at second, and now Harrelson at first. And it is Joe Foy who has 2 solo homers today. They're going to keep the infield up for Foy. The pitch to Joe Foy. 65 is a K, and with 2 outs, it's Garrett who can't hit lefties. Now, what you could do here is bring in Pat Corrales. That's a smart move, because you need a catcher, and Corrales hits lefties and righties both well. So it will be Corrales and then Cleon Jones. And I have to think at this point, you might want to think of taking Newman out of the game. Newman was able to get Grody and Garrett out of the lineup, so Newman will leave. And I guess they'll go right to their closer, Cecil Upshaw, right-hander. Take a look at him in the 9th with 2 outs to face Pat Corrales. Take a look at him. You see a walk gives the Mets the lead, and Corrales is pretty good with a bat here against lefties and righties. The only other option on the Met bench at this point is Bobby Heiss, who will have to play second base for Garrett, but he just can't hit very well. So Pat Corrales with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning against Cecil Upshaw. The pitch. 110, Corrales, a clean single in right field. Frank Johnson scores. Clendenon. He is a 14 runner against the Hickman arm of -1. That makes it 1 of 15 to score. And he does a 2-run single on the top of the 9th by Don Clendenon. With the lead, I think Seaver might come out and they'll go to Tug McGraw, but let's not put the cart before the horse just yet. Let's give Clendenon a run and Frank Johnson a run. On the third of the plate, Harrelson goes to third. You got first and third, 2 outs. Cleon Jones in a 5-3 game. Cleon Jones, 1-5. Take a look at the card again. 1 of 3 double. That's a double. Corrales will hold up at third base. That will score Harrelson. 3-run lead, second and third, 2 outs for Cranepool. 5-12 for Cranepool with second X. This is Beckert, a 2E10. He makes the play. Mets have a choice of first baseman to play in the bottom of the 9th because Cranepool and Clendenon are currently in the lineup, and Heiss will have to replace one of them. So Heiss will replace the guy who just batted, Cranepool. And the Mets have all their defense in. Bottom of the 9th of a 6-3 game, you got Unser, Hickman, Williams. I think it'll be Tug McGraw on the bottom of the 9th. And he's not that good against lefties, but so it might mean that Del Unser and Billy Williams stay in the lineup. Here's a look at Tug. That will be the case. Unser and Williams will stay in. They will not go to their bench. So Del Unser will lead off the 9th inning. 66 off McGraw is a K. Jim Hickman. 2-8, double 1 is 6 is a double. Billy Williams, runner at second, 1 out. 2-9, rolls to second. Runner goes to third with 2 outs. It's all up to Ron Santo to keep the inning going. 68, he cannot. He strikes out to end the game. A disappointing opening day in Chicago as they give up 5 runs to the Mets in the last couple innings. 6-3 is your final score. Fergie runs out of gas in the 9th. The bullpen cannot bail him out. Pat Corrales comes off the bench with a 2-run single. Cecil Upshaw give up the hit to Corrales. And then a hit to Jones. Wow, 2 hits. He's not charged with any runs. Newman came in, faced Clendenon, who walked. So he gave up a walk and a K, and run charge to him. And the other runs are charged to, in the 9th, the other 2 runners charged to Fergie. So he gives up 5 runs. 9 hits, 5 runs. Everything's earned. A walk and 4 strikeouts. McGraw comes on in the 9th, gives up a hit and 2 Ks for the save. Seaver gets the win in 8 innings. He gives up 7 hits and 3 runs on the 3 solo homers. No walks for Seaver, 5 strikeouts. Fergie takes the loss. 1019, 0109, 61138, 2507. And the Mets win on opening day by a score of 6-3. Let's see what this does to the year-to-date numbers for the league at this point. If you're a Cubs fan, don't worry. Every series has gone 5 games so far. You'd have to win 3 out of 4 for that to happen, but we've seen it happen in the opening weekend here. So the Cubs hit 242, ERA of 6, just 1 game for that 1 game. The Mets hit 289 with an ERA of 3. And when you look at the 21 games I've now played, you'll see that the offense has still gotten broke from the start and just 284 with a 488 ERA. We have a long season left to bring those numbers down to something more respectable, which I expect to happen because there was a nice injection of pitching into this league that we will start to see emerging. Heavily tainted by the best offenses in baseball in the first 4 series. 488, 284, those are simply, yeah, that's uncalled for right there. Completely unacceptable numbers. 284 league batting average and a 488 league ERA. Anyway, that's it for opening day in Wrigley Field. Hope you're enjoying the Carryover League. We'll see you next time. Okay, the Mets swept the Cubs 3 straight games. Seaver, Kuzman, and Matlack combined 3-0. The Mets at 282 with an ERA of 2. By the way, Matlack threw 7 shutout innings and he was pulled just to give Bill Zepp some work. And unfortunately for the Cubs, they got swept. They're hitting 219 with a 5.19 ERA. Ernie Banks does not have a hit yet, nor does Bill Sorrell, but yeah, things like that can tend to happen. And 23 games in the books. The league ERA is down to 4.72. Thank you, Mets. 281 batting average. We'll see you next time.